that man that you've been holding in your heart because he hurt you and made you lose your job, guess what? He committed suicide. Let me give you some context. So, I was talking to my nutritionist, and we keying on the phone last night. Yes, I have a nutritionist. Mind your business, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to put the code here so you can get 50% off. It is covered by your insurance. Why not use it? You know? Free. Anyway, so we keying on the phone, and I'm telling her about like all the mental health resources that I have for suicide prevention, all these things. And I'm telling her, hey, I have one more book. And she's like, well, what's the other book going to be about? It's going to be another ebook. So I was like, yeah, you know, it's going to be about surviving the hate of other people. When somebody doesn't like you, how to navigate through that, right? So that you don't end up doing self-harm or committing suicide and all these things. So she was like, wow. She was like, because you said that, I'm going to tell you my story. I said, girl, you know I love me a good story, right? So she's telling me her story. She was like, yeah, she was working at a job for a couple of years. I think she said she was working there for like 7 years. And then they started letting people go. She had an issue with one of the people that was there that was not her manager. However, something was going on. And you know, when you like at work and you're tussling with somebody that just doesn't like you and there's nothing you can do about it. So the person decided to take it farther and made sure that she got fired. Okay. Anyway, it happened. And she found out that it was him that caused her to get fired. So she held that in her heart for years. She said she held it in her heart for like 5 years or so. But people that were working at the previous job that she used to work at after she got fired were hitting her up and saying, hey girl, this is the tea. This is what's going on. These are the updates. Right. So she said the first phone call was, oh, they found out that he was using drugs. I was like, okay. You know, this, that, and the third. So she was like, yeah, then I was still holding it in my heart. And then she said she was looking for a job for months. She couldn't find anything. And then somebody brought it to her and said, hey, you need to forgive him. Forgive him. So she said she finally forgave him. And then she got another job. That's another lesson for those of you that's holding on to unforgiveness. Forgive the person that hurt you. Stay focused. So now she gets a second call from one of her previous work buddies, and they update her again. They say, hey girl, remember so-and-so that got you fired? He committed suicide. She said she was so shocked. And she said that, Dana, if I wasn't a Christian and if I didn't have the support that I had around me, the way that this man tortured me, the way that this man bothered me, the way that this man used to come at me at work, oh yeah. But as she said, it just happened to be that he was the one that committed suicide. And I was like, wow. And I said, can you imagine like how miserable he must have been? Like, he's coming to work and bringing the misery to work. But can you imagine when he was alone, how much misery he was facing internally alone that led him to do that? Do you guys see why I do what I do now? Please, I beg of you, please get the resources at the link in my bio. I literally sat down and created all these resources from my own hands. You will not find these resources anywhere at all. Link in bio. Save your own life. Bye.